Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another Ohio Train 705 rail fanning video. On this early May day, we decided to venture out to the Diamonds of Attica, Ohio, in search of some train action. Now, I have really enjoyed Attica lately, and some reasons for that is it is the middle of nowhere, so it's very quiet. Obviously, lots of train action, and since there is a cell tower right by the diamond, it provides for excellent signal. Now, before we get started with the video, I have a little unfortunate news to share. I got a new phone, which is the good news, but my old phone, all its videos, like the Arizona and Northwood video I had planned, it did not transfer to my new phone, and basically I had to start from scratch on there. So this is the first video I have taken on my new phone, and that is very unfortunate. I was really hoping to share the Arizona trip with you guys, but unfortunately that will just not happen. But we will go out and try our best to find some more great places to rail fan at. So stay tuned for that, and let's get on to the video. Right as we pull up to the Diamonds, CSX I-158 comes steamrolling across the Diamonds heading east with a pretty big train for Greenwich Yard in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Following I-158, M368 rolls east, doing every bit of track speed. M368 is a daily manifest from Chicago, Illinois to Selkirk, New York, with very little work en route. Today, it had as usual one GVO up front and one in the middle, with around 150 cars of junk freight. As the eastbound parade continues, I-166 heads east with the very dirty Canadian Pacific GE doing the work. I-166 was longer than most days today, which is why the Canadian Pacific GE was smoking up a storm. Right on CSX I-166's tail, I-168 heads east with a nice YN2 AC44 in the trailing position. Today, I-168 had almost all auto racks, with just a couple of containers towards the end of the train.
just east of our cameras, I-157 finally gets the green light to continue on to North Baltimore. Dispatch held this train in M568 until I-166 and I-168 cleared the diamonds heading east. About 5 minutes later, I-135 came storming west right behind I-157. I-135 sat in Willard for 2 hours, waiting on a crew. Unfortunately, railroading has become a lot harder than it used to be, which is why there's been a lack of crews in the last couple years. It's not often that CSX has to wait for a Norfolk Southern train here at Attica. In fact, it's usually the other way around. But here we are, seeing a hot Norfolk Southern 28N splitting the signals, heading south for Charlotte, North Carolina, making M568 wait just a little longer. I guess you can make that 2 Norfolk Southern trains remaining CSX wait. Norfolk Southern 277 gets the high green signal to head into Bellevue for a crew swap. 277 is daily domestic intermodal from the ports of Norfolk, Virginia to Chicago, Illinois Landers Yard. This train was stopped for about 15 minutes in South Attica to wait for a couple of NS to cross over and a couple of CSX. A little after Norfolk Southern 277 cleared Attica, CSX M367 raced westward towards Fostoria. 2 CSX GVOs up front today, pulling a decent tow of 170 cars. This train would eventually end up in the clearing yard in Chicago. And finally, after waiting for nearly 2 hours, CSX M568 gets the light to head into Willard to do some work. A nice YN2 AC44 leading today's train with an interesting set of gondolas with an excavator sitting on a Schnabel car. As the clouds roll in and the birds continue to sing, Norfolk Southern 18M rumbles south through Attica with a Norfolk Southern SD78 in the lead. 18M and 19M always will have those Coke cars on the front of the train. They will get set out in Portsmouth, Ohio to go down to a processing plant.
Some 20 minutes pass, and Norfolk Southern Train 266 rolls south on the Norfolk Southern Sandusky District, sporting a Union Pacific SD70M in the lead. This train was recently extended from Sandusky, Ohio to Columbus, Ohio, adding a new train on the Norfolk Southern Sandusky District. Fast and wasting no time was the hotshot Manhattan Express IO-10, carrying its typical CSX Chivos for North Bergen, New Jersey. A couple more minutes stroll by as CSX M215 stumbles upon the diamonds in Attica, with the cut of auto racks to go to the Ford Assembly plant in Wayne, Michigan. Right on CSX M215's tail comes CSX I-161 with a lone CSX Chivo on point. This train is usually around 500 axles, and today was no exception, so I'd imagine that CSX Chivo is working real hard. After waiting for those two CSX trains to clear, Norfolk Southern 266 starts back up with 4973 smoking it up. Just as 266 is about to pound the diamonds, Norfolk Southern 271 takes a trip south with a Union Pacific SD78 trailing. The second engine on Norfolk Southern 266 was a CSX, formerly owned by BNSF. After a dull spot, Norfolk Southern 851 starts things up again with a 4-engine lash-up, including another Union Pacific SC-70 Ace in the trailing spot. This is coal empties out of the Sandusky docks bound for Williamson, West Virginia. Coming out of the yard in Willard was CSX M369 with, yep, you guessed it, more GEVOs. Of note were the 2 gondolas full of poles on the train. Finally, after sitting in Republic all morning, CSX M566 gets a crew and blasts its way into Willard to do some work. A nice big spag of cars on today's train. Waiting 10 more minutes, NS 116 makes its way south through Attica Junction. This and 117 are newly established trains from Bellevue, Ohio and Columbus, Ohio, after the reopening of Bellevue's hump. This train was all monster as well, easily topped over 200 cars. And after starting up again, CSX G111 made for our last train of the day with the BNSF GEVO. Once again, the BNSF GEVO was smoking up a storm. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Hope you all enjoy it, and as always, I will be back with another video up shortly. Bye, guys.